Well, 1 year ago today, the Camp House fire ignited near Brimson. That was the first of 3 major wildfires to burn across our region that week, and they destroyed dozens of homes and structures and changed lives across northeast Minnesota forever. The Camp House fire started May 11, 2025, when a campfire about 30 minutes north of Duluth got out of control and then burned tens of thousands of acres. Just a day later, the 17,000-acre Jenkins Creek fire and the 1,300-acre Munger Shaw fire ignited, and communities today are still rebuilding. In April, St. Louis County planted 40,000 red and white pine saplings across 48 acres that were burned by the Munger Shaw fire. That was to the east of Canyon and Cotton. Pine forests often rely on fire to regenerate, but in parts of the Munger Shaw burn zone, the fire was just too intense for that natural process to happen.
Besides the biodiversity benefits that replanting brings, there's also wildfire suppression benefits. The more diverse the forest is, the less prone it is to major wildfires.
And that recovery isn't just happening in the forest, it's happening in our communities too. Last week, Northern News Now's Dan Wolf aired a special report showing how Brimson residents are pushing forward 1 year after the Camp House fire. You can find that story, called From the Ashes, on our website. And then coming up tonight at 5, we'll also hear how researchers are using information gathered from these wildfires to improve both our health and our ecosystem.